Alright. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the first two videos. I know they were quite long, and I apologize for that, but trying to work some kinks out. There was quite a bit to do, at least in the first couple sections of the game, to kind of get to grips with everything, so hopefully I explained quite enough for you to get you going maybe a little bit quicker there. Let's jump straight into it. Now let's go ahead and check the calendar. We see that the ATR period has begun. We got some idle engineers, so let's go ahead and start designing a new car part. We have 8 days until the chassis is done, then we can start manufacturing that. Let's go ahead and get a new one going. We really want to focus on getting a top speed in the Haas. Let's see, let's tab over here to the rank on grid. You can see here we're 15th in top speed, 13th in dirty air, and 13th in total weight. Now, kind of maybe ignore the weight a little bit right now. Let's kind of focus on getting the car faster, just overall, so we can kind of compete with everyone else. So let's go back over here to this section. Main things that are going to increase our top speed significantly are most certainly the rear wing, and I believe the underfloor also is going to give us quite a boost in the top speed. The underfloor as well as the rear wing help with the dirty air tolerance. Let's maybe focus on the rear wing, just because I can see that maybe it has less to adjust as opposed to the underfloor. So let's kind of keep things as simple as we can for right now. So we can see here that all of our hours have reset for the CFD tunnel, or the CFD, I'm sorry, and the wind tunnel. I think previously in the last game and the first playthrough on this one, I would kind of split everything 50-50 and have two things going at once. Let's do a little different things. Let's just go all in. Let's design a rear wing. You know, really gonna make a huge difference to the car. So let's just add everything we have. We see here that we have a little less than 2 months before the next period, and I believe, let's see. I'm just gonna skip over this just for a moment to check. Let's do our 5 engineers. So we can see here it's gonna take a little bit less time. To get that job complete, or I'm sorry, get the design complete than it is before the period. So we'll have about 20 days where we won't really have anything to do. So that is kind of a decent gap. I kind of like to stick within 14 or so, maybe a little shorter, but I think this time around, this early on, I think we're just going to send it and put all of our hours into a rear wing. And get that, let's see, what did I say, it was 30 something days away, so we'll have that before, there we go, perfect, we'll have that right before Azerbaijan, where we have a high need for a top speed, so that'll be perfect to get that part done right before that track there. So let's just double check I got everything installed, perfect. So from here you can kind of play around and choose balanced high speed, you can kind of dabble in some presets. I do know we obviously want to kind of maybe target some high-speed performance just by looking at all of these first. Looks like, if you just look over here, I suppose, this gives us about a half K on the top speed. Makes our DRS about 2.5% more effective, which is pretty good. It gives us almost a full % in the dirty air tolerance, so that's really good to see. That's going to make a huge difference. It does kind of negate our low-speed cornering. So let's maybe play around with some of these features to improve this. So just from here, I'm going to turn this all the way up. You can see here we get more Ks, but some things here decrease. We know we want a really good top end and really good dirty air tolerance. So I'm going to increase these two feature tabs all the way over to the maximum. And this here, you can see, is going to give us 5% increase on our dirty air tolerance, which is going to be great when we're following cars. It's going to help us follow a bit closer, kind of make us move a bit quicker too. And we do see that we kind of drop down here. So let's just increase these a little bit just to kind of get these as neutral as possible. So that way we're not really losing any aspects. So it looks like we're going to have to play around with this here. It looks like, let's go back. Does this work? As well as I thought. But we're still kind of right around the half K mark. Alright, there we go. So I feel you can kind of see here, even though the focus has dropped a little bit, we're still neutral on this side, which I think is a bit more important. So we got almost 4/10 higher top speed. Our DRS effectiveness has increased a bit, which is good to see. And kind of mainly the dirty air tolerance, we'll be able to follow a bit better, so we're not just kind of dropping back as soon as we get behind somebody. So let's go ahead and do this. Hit next. We have our 5 engineers remaining. We're going to do the intense approach, so that way our future expertise is even greater. Let's go ahead and get that rolling. Alrighty, so now we got 2 projects going. One's going to end very soon. We'll be able to get that part designed. In the meantime, I know everything else down here is good. We only have about 6 million left, so let's actually come into here to staff facilities. Let's upgrade our race simulator, so that way we got a much better benefit on a weekly basis for our driver development. Let's increase that. 1.5 to increases. This is pretty reasonable, so let's do this as well, mainly to help our staff kind of level up as fast as possible. And I feel comfortable there, so let's go ahead and skip around. I'm gonna hit the spacebar. And our design is complete. So now you can either hit continue or go to manufacture. I just personally hit continue because it's going to force us to check our inbox. So let's check the inbox, and it says off. Let's see, here we go, new parts been designed. So now I like to view in the warehouse, and then from here, I already know I want to manufacture it, and you can kind of see here the increase that we've gained from the new chassis part. So let's go ahead and manufacture. I know I want 2, obviously, for each car. We have 3 days away. It's 4 million. We can't afford that, obviously. So let's do 1 in emergency, 2.2. Let's just do, I think we've hit a little caveat here. Will it? Let me see. So let's go over here to cars. Let's do it a different way. I'm going to go to manufacture. Oh, that's why. So that's, of course that would happen. That kind of ties into all of those obligations you can set up when you start a second in-game season. The first season, all of these obligations are fixed. So it looks like our manufacturing facility is shut down due to a sponsor obligation. So let's look at our calendar, and obviously we can see here this little handshake. Oh, of course, I should have known. It looks like the next day is okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to hit continue and then stop really quickly to try to get us stopped here on this day. Oh, of course, it wasn't fast enough. But it did automatically stop us on the weather center upgrade. So that is good. So that shows us here. We're a bit more accurate. So let's just stay here at the 70% accuracy and save our money for a bit. Here's a race preview. Obviously just kind of giving us a text message about what's happening up soon. Let's go back into cars development. Go back to manufacture. And now let's see if we can develop that new chassis regularly. Emergency, it is quite pricey at the moment. I could put it on one car and see, but since both of them aren't quite 100% comfortable in the vehicle yet, let's just do a rushed approach. Let's see, yeah, 15 days to Melbourne. Second one gets done to 21. So we'll be able to have 1 before the next circuit, or the next Grand Prix, our 3rd race. I'm not sure how much further we're going to develop the chassis from this point, so let's go ahead and make 4 of these components. 2 so we can put on the vehicle immediately, and then 2 we can have as spares in the warehouse. So let's just make 4. Oh, of course I can't. There's 3. Can I do it in a normal approach? Of course I can. And we'll still have 1 before the Melbourne race. So let's go ahead and do this. I feel pretty comfy spending this much to make 4 of them as opposed to doing 1. Go ahead and continue, and there we go. So now we're pretty much out of money. So now let's skip ahead to the race weekend. Now it's going to prompt us to check our inbox and then go to our race preparation to set our performance targets for the track. So fixed our reach Q2, which is good. Finish position, at least one with 12th, which is pretty attainable, I would assume. And we're doing pretty good with that qualifying streak we set up. So hopefully we can keep that going. Let's start here, actually see if there's anything new we can add. There's not, so that's good to see. I can bet this is going to be fastest lap, and it is, and we're not going to be able to do that, so leave that alone. And let's see what these ones are. Reach Q3, that might be tricky with both guys. Let's try to get this one. I believe both of our guys did 12th, so let's just leave it here. So hopefully one of them will get 12th this time around. So let's leave it set for that and get straight into it.
We're here in Jeddah, where the tension is boiling as we head into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. The circuit at Jeddah, spread along streets that run next to the Red Sea, is one of Formula One's highest speed tracks. It's a test of skill from start to finish, with cars just millimeters from the walls. Jeddah Corniche circuit is hot and high-powered, demanding speed for the straights and a high grip level through corners that are tight to the barriers. Starting tyre choices will be crucial here, with teams ever mindful of opportunities that a safety car could give.
This game looks really good for what it is.
To be at the top of the constructors table right now. But as it's only
scarily
round 2, there's still plenty
realistic.
of time for that to change.
There's nothing
Some
like
of
a
the
race
other drivers
weekend
look a little
in
goofy, but some of the
Formula
drivers look spooky real. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do the same practice thing as we did last time. Kind of do it manually for P1, P2. Kind of get the guys set up to 100%. So I will bring you right back as soon as I get that done. I don't want to bore you with that. You know how to do that. If you do have any questions about that or anything more you would like to know, just let me know down below, and I'll try to get back with you. But I'll be right back once we're done with practice. Alright, welcome back. Got practice done. Couldn't quite get both of them to 100%. Didn't quite have enough time. I did simulate practice 3, so I maybe could have gotten to 100% if I would have manually gone through practice 3, but that's alright. Just decided to skip it, simulate it. So I got Nico at 97 and K-Mag at 96. So we're really close. We got 3 things optimized, 2 things at a great level. But the 2 things that need changing, it's hard to change just those 2 aspects without changing the other 3. So we're just gonna leave it at 96. I feel pretty comfortable there. Probably the same with Nico. Yeah, there's really only one thing to change, and can't really change the oversteer without changing everything else, unfortunately. So we'll just leave that there. So let's go straight into quali. We'll simulate this session by session. See where we land. Alrighty, nice to see both of them getting into Q2. Let's see if Hulk here can keep it rolling and get into Q3 for the first time. Very exciting. Alright, so now you can see that the car parts are locked, so now if we wanted to change anything, I don't believe we can change... I don't think we can change any of these car parts. We may be able to change these potentially, but I'm not gonna risk anything right now. So you can see here these are locked, and now if you try to go into car setup, it only allows you to change the front wing angle, and it locks the revert option. So now you're kind of locked into only being able to play with this, and this is going to affect everything. So we'll just leave that alone. K-Mag is risking not getting into Q3, but that's okay. If we can get Hulk in there, that would be excellent. So let's simulate. Oh my goodness, look at that, everyone. Sitting here in Q3. It's alright, we're the last 2. I will take that all day long. Heck yes. Alright, let's do simulate the last one. And probably P9 and 10, which is okay. Oh wow, look at that. K-Mag with the pinch hit right at the end. Coming in strong. P7, alright, good to see. Let's see what the times were at the end here. 127.1. So about a tenth between Georgie Boy. Interesting. Both Mercedes are behind us. Alrighty, let's see if we can snag some
It's
P7
race
points
day,
here.
and final preparations are underway.
Jeddah Street Circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair. But even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021.
Haroon, what do you think of Nico Hulkenberg, his chances, and his form of late?
I don't think there can be any real complaints over their performance so far. They know what's expected of them, and they're making sure to deliver.
Well, this is certainly going to be a challenging but no doubt exciting race here in Jeddah.
Absolutely. Challenging, yet exciting. Alrighty, let's get in here and let's first check the sponsors tab and see what this guarantee slot is. I believe it's always going to be, the position gain. So, up to you if you decide to choose this other guarantee. I'm kind of not going to worry about it right now. I'm still kind of just playing it safe at the moment. Let's kind of focus our money elsewhere and not kind of risk losing as much as we don't need to. So K-Mag did qualify faster. So first things first, let's go in here, increase the fuel by 1 lap. Go ahead and increase the pace settings. Let's do the same for Hulk. And let's come in here to strategy. So it looks like the one stop's the way to go. Let's hover over these and see what the fastest times are. Looks like this top strategy is going to be the quickest. So let's click on it just to kind of see roughly how these strats are going to play. It's very possible. Do we want to be on a faster tire? Do we want to think about maybe a medium hard strategy? I know it doesn't reference it. Let's go back actually, see. So yeah, we don't have a fresh set of softs with K-Mag. So I'm actually gonna choose this and let's edit and let's click over to the hard just to see. So it does drop us by 3 seconds, but let's bring this back some. So now we're starting to sneak back into it, but doesn't seem like we're really gonna get where we need to go, huh? Interesting. So let's abandon that. Let's click on this. I mean, honestly, this is probably gonna be the quickest. I think this is risky. Personally, running the tire down to, I mean, obviously the tire can run down, to 0, but the lap times drop off quite significantly here. So is it really gonna affect us? Do we want to swap and go to this one? But it does say drops us by a second, but it looks like we can edit it. Maybe sneak us out a bit further. Do we want to do it that way? Give us a soft on the end or a medium at the end? I think the medium at the end is probably the better selection. Let's edit this. Let's come back a lap. Let's try that out. Let's do this with K-Mag. Hulk, let's do the opposite strategy. Let's do the medium soft. Does Hulk have a fresh set? No, but he does have a 90% set. So that's alright. Let's do the opposite strat. Let's bump this back a bit. So we can see that we go back to 6 seconds. Let's go to here, the 5-second one. Try to split that difference. And fingers crossed. Let's hope this works out. Here we go. Double check, fuel set. There we go. Alrighty. Let's get into it.
The drivers are lined up on the grid here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights. And the cameras now shift to Sergio Perez, concentrating on the race ahead.
Starting 4th here is a great position. If the team can get their strategy right, they can bring home some big points.
Can
But
Sergio
remember,
bring the fight to
anything
Max
can
this
happen
season?
in Formula One. It's almost time
Alrighty.
for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Alright, let's go ahead and jump in with K-Mag real fast. Let's see what everyone else is on. Looks like everyone. Okay, everyone's. Looks like everyone's on a brand new set except for K-Mag. That's unfortunate. So let's be mindful. He's already got the tires up to temp, so let's just back him off on the pace to try to conserve that tire as much as we can. We may want to look at maybe bringing him into a light pace mode. But okay, looks like we're getting passed by the first Merc. Actually, the second. No, that's the first. I'm sorry, it's the first Merc. George is still behind us. It's all right. Keep your head down.
Keep pushing.
Just stay here with Hamilton. Stay with him. This track's, tricky. Not too many overtaking zones, so hopefully we can just stay with the pack here and just get in a good DRS train. Got K-Mag in the points. He's down 1 from where we started, but that's all right. We got a long way to go. Let's see if we can bring Hulk up a bit. Okay, so we're gonna need to focus on these two in front here with Hulk. Okay, those are gonna be our chessmate players. So let's back Hulk off a bit.
Yeah, just go a bit slower. Go big.
And as soon as we get back around here, we will speed things up. Looks like everyone's crossed the line. See what everyone's pace is at. So we are a bit behind Hamilton here as far as pace goes. So let's hopefully K-Mac can stay with Hamilton and just hop in his DRS, stick with him, just tough it out till we can get on that medium, get on a brand new set of tires, and go to the end. All right, let's roll. Looks like Hulk's tires are heating up, so let's bring him down. Let's get it down to 110 and then bring him back up. Keep an eye on that fuel as well. Getting down to about 1K. It looks like we got passed by 2 more players here, unfortunately, on the mediums. So we are probably going to... Oh, we just got passed by Russell, I suppose. Okay. So it might be okay if Russell passes us if he tends to be quicker, because then we can kind of follow behind him. Hopefully, as he sneaks up to Hamilton. But let's see if we can get both their guys in points-paying positions this race. Oh, lost track of the fuel here. Let's go ahead and back us off. It's okay if it gets in this red. If you just kind of leave it neutral, they will, over time, increase that level. So it'll come back to better conditions. And we're getting closer by switching off this tire. We're at 50% now. If we switch over, we can see that we're starting to drop time, but everyone's starting to drop time a bit. This track is killing the tires. But that's alright. So now we are in our pit window with K-Mag. Got about 42%, and I believe the pit window was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's 4. So 8 total laps. 1, 2, 3. I'm just counting 3. 6 total laps of the window. Pitting on the third one right in the middle. So you have 6 laps to choose. You know, you can pit early, pit a little bit later. May pit early, but let's write it out. Okay, so he dropped the position to Russell. Russell's on the medium, so everyone on the medium now is going to start sneaking up through the field because everyone on the soft's going to start dropping off. But you don't want to pull them in too early because then we're going to run out of tire at the end of the race. We could go straight hard. Let's check this while we're here. It says we're 6 seconds slower. Is that the case? Do we want to be, you know, like on a faster tire but with less degradation? Do we want to be on a slower tire that has more life to it, you know? You know, let's stick with the original plan. Let's go back here to race view. Let's see here. So Verstappen and Alonso, Hamilton are on softs. So let's see if they come in over these next couple laps before we do. And if so, if they're going to go to the hard. because if they're gonna go to the hard, it might be a good sign that we should probably pop over to the hard as well. So now we're down in 10th with K-Mag. That's okay, because everyone later is gonna have to pit. I feel like the hard might be the move. I'm gonna pit on the same lap, but I'm gonna go to the hard. So now he dropped another P. You know, it's at 35. Let's pause it for just a quick second. I want to check his previous lap time. 35.2. So we are losing quite a bit of pace here. We're losing, at least compared to Russell, we're losing over a second. But not quite to everybody else. I think let's go ahead and bring him in. I feel like he's dropping off quick, and let's switch it up. Let's go to the hard. I think the hard might be better tire to be on at the end of the race. Let's go to the hard. And it may not pan out, but you know what? Let's do it. I forgot to set him to aggressive, so we'll try to do that. As soon as he comes out and we have the ability to, let's put him on the aggressive tire strategy to bring those tires up. Looks like it's happening pretty quick already. And let's drop it back down. Alrighty, did anybody else go to the hard? Nobody else went to the hard. Let's see what some of these people do. They're not quite there with Hulk. So everyone's switching up to a medium from the soft. So was the hard the right choice? We will find out. Let's bring it back up. I'm gonna run him aggressive for a moment. We got some, some tire life to play with here. Let's run him aggressive. I do want to see. I forget what temperature these get warm at. So let's get him up to warm conditions and see what the temperature's at. Speed up the process here. So it looks like 120 was that medium, so let's drop it back down. Looks like he got an overtake done. Let's check the last lap. So it looks like we are running faster than everyone else. I think. I don't want to speak too soon, but let's see if the hard is the right strat here. So now we're in the pit window with Hulk. And unfortunately, we ran him a bit far, so we don't really have. I think putting him on the hard now. I don't know about the hard right now. Well, this is at 1. Let's just double check. Edit the strat. Let's just see. Let's go to the hard. Let's go to the hard. Let's do it with both of them. Where is Hulk at? He's up here, so let's go ahead and bring him in as well. Pit this lap. Hard. Confirm. Let's go ahead and increase him so he's prepared when he comes out of the pits. Let's go back to this view.
Okay to push.
Let's increase. It looks like we're dropping some temp with K-Mag, so let's get him back up. Let's try to, since we got some tire, let's try to get them, try to keep them around that hot mark. Now it looks like other teams are definitely doing different strats, but let's see if the hard was the way to go. Now we are out of the points with both of our guys, but nobody's pitting again. And I think as everyone else starts to drop their tires off, we're gonna have more meat on the bone, so to speak. We got 10 laps. Looks like we're not sneaking up as quick as I was hoping. I don't know if we can catch Russell. K-Mag's here. Five laps left. Yeah, we're just dropping further and further back from that grouping. That's unfortunate. Looks like the risk is not going to pan out, unfortunately. That's part of it, you know. You gotta play and figure it out. Try stuff out. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's alright, you know, you live and you learn. Should we have stayed on that original strategy? Who's to say? You know, everyone's, you know, look at everyone's tire percentage, but, you know, it is the last lap, so does it really matter? We've got a lot more than everyone else, because obviously we were, I think at one point just, you know, probably a few laps ago, we were about 8 seconds away, and we dropped down quite hard, and Russell kind of gapped a few more there. So yeah, maybe we should have stuck with our original strategy, but that's part of it. Let's go ahead and speed this up. Looks like we're not gonna get any points this time, but that's okay. It's kind of the theme of Haas. Do good quali. Can't quite back it up in the race, but let's see if we can change that for him this season.
Okay, that's the check-in.
Alrighty.
That's Oscar Piastri.
Here we go.
After what was a very exciting Grand Prix.
Yep, and with a P19 finish, they'll need to pick themselves
Race number
up
2
after
down.
Well, Max Verstappen can add yet
Hope you
another
enjoyed this one.
podium to his already impressive record.
Thanks for watching. Looks like
That's
Fernando
their
up
second win
there
of
on the
season.
podium.
A
Good to
brilliant
see.
talent who looks so at home on the track.
Max and Sergio, 1 and 2. That's gonna be a
And
familiar
finally
sight.
now the drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. Shoot me a comment. Subscribe if you want to. I know it's may not be the most enticing
Now,
or
Karun,
exciting
I'd be
stuff in the
really
world,
keen
but
to know, how do you think the Haas
hopefully
team
some
will
of
be
you enjoyed as
reflecting
much
on
as I
today's
do.
results?
They didn't do too badly today.
Not too bad
Pretty
today.
respectable outcome as far as they'll be concerned. But they need to keep pushing. They can't afford to sit back.
Yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him
Okay
next
then,
time.
And a big thank
get
you
him next
to
time.
everyone for joining us this weekend.
Next time we'll have
here in Jeddah.
a new
And for
part
the
on the
next round,
car.
Formula One is heading down under.
Let's see if we want to put it on
Exciting times
K-Mag
ahead in
or
Australia on the shores
car.
of the Albert Park Lake.
Alright, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And we will see ya next time in Melbourne. Albert Park. Oh yeah, we should double check on our scout progress on our new reserve driver. So we'll check that out. Alrighty. Catch you in the next one.